Cape has again been delayed. Registration is still underway into the second day of the conference. The provincial leadership is still clearing up issues regarding legitimate and illegitimate delegates. The opening of the conference was scheduled for 10 this morning, but has been moved to 2 o'clock. Our reporter Busi Jemsana is at the registration venue with more. Busi, good afternoon to you. We spoke about this yesterday, these registration issues. So who knows, maybe the start will be delayed further and go into this evening.
Definitely, Natasha. As you can see, we are at the East London ICC where the Congress is expected to take place. Everything it's generally quiet. As you can see, people are just minding their own business. It has been quiet since the morning. Something different from the registration venue at Orient Theatre where delegates are still registering. The mood there, some are confused, some are very angry, Natasha. We spoke to some delegates who say that when they came to the registration venue, they were told that their names were not appearing on the list. They have been there since yesterday and they were told the problems would be sorted out this morning, and they are disappointed that up until this point there hasn't been any thing that has been done to sort that out. And now we were told that the Congress, the official opening has been moved to 2 o'clock instead of 9, which was the initial time that was given to us. But you remember, Natasha, we told you yesterday about the delegates that were allegedly put on the list illegitimately, and that the PEC was allegedly discussing that. Reports were that by late evening yesterday they were cleaning up some around about 18 delegates, that there were still some disputes over them. But I do have the spokesperson of the ANC in the province, Mlibo Koboshiane. Is there a cleanup that is currently taking place and that is delaying the opening of the Congress?
Yes, I can confirm there is a cleanup that is taking place now, and correctly so. Some of the delegates were pre-registered weeks ago, and when the dispute teams were sitting, some of the determination affected that process as well, and that's what need to be muzzled out of the system. And the recommendation of the cleaning, which we received from National a day ago, indicates that they're supposed to be those that are removed and those that are supposed to be taken in. Hence, we said this morning we must allow that process to take its route. Now, inside here, the Credentials Committee and the Steering Committee of Conference are finalizing that cleanup report so that when we are tabling credentials this afternoon, everything is sorted out.
And how many are we talking about that are to be removed or that have been removed so far?
They are not more than 10 as far as I know. They are just areas of Wartambo, Amatole, and some few other areas of Nelson Mandela. And I think there was also a convergence, an agreement that this should have been placed in the system, correcting what have happened. And I think by now we know which branches are those. And I think the conference will receive a credible, clean report. And I think going forward, we are optimistic that the conference of the province, 8th provincial conference, is going to take place.
And whilst you were briefing the media, you said that you're going to try and put everything together, and that by 11 we can expect that you go to nominations or have the results. Do you think it's possible looking at the time now?
Well, there is no room of impossibilities by now. The truth of the matter is that when that process is complete and finalized, we are going to take the report to conference. When we are starting to officially designate this area as a conference of the ANC, official, opened by the chair of the province, before anything else, people who are inside there must be credible, well processed, supposed to be here, and that we shall do with no favor or fear. The issue that we need to ensure is that BGM that managed to sit, delegated people to come to conference, and verified that verification report signed by the SG came back to us yesterday. Those must be branches that are present here. And the delegates, those that are appearing in a delegation form from the branch, must be the ones that are in this meeting. If there is something that we can detect, contrary to what we understand, the conference have got powers through the steering committee to attend and address and make remedies forthwith.
And looking at the numbers, over 500 and delegates, instead of those 700 and over 700 that passed the audit, do you think that will have an impact going forward and your voice in the National Congress in December?
Well, Eastern Cape definitely show going to national conference is going to be a major player. We do have a number of branches and number of delegation. What is going to be very much possible in this conference is to identify a possibility of a united province of the Eastern Cape. If we can by any chance get divided, our numbers will be meaningless. But what is it that we are taking to the national in terms of also contributing not only by numbers? What kind of content, what kind of drive, what kind of interest we would like to see when we are speaking about renewal of the organization, renewal of the leadership, developmental pedigree that we're supposed to see? That is a role given to us. It's an advantage that we are having a conference few months to the national conference. So we need not waste any time. We want to fashion an organization that is united, and our voice post the declaration in this conference will be to say, as Eastern Cape, we are together, and this is what we would like to see national doing. And I think Eastern Cape reserving the right to say we want a particular direction post this conference, and we shall do so.
Mr. Qoboshane, thank you so much for your time. That was the ANC provincial spokesperson, Mlibo Qoboshane, saying that definitely the Congress will move forward and it will start on time, and they will try by all means to make sure that everything happens on time. I can tell you, Natasha, that the mood today is different from the one that we saw yesterday, where delegates were chanting songs. They were excited to be part of the conference, to be in East London, where it will take place, whether or not they will be able to sort out everything on time before the time 2 o'clock to make sure that the 10 delegates that are currently being looked at, that their disputes over, are sorted out on time, is something that we are yet to see. And they're saying that to them it is not only about numbers but about producing a united Eastern Cape leading to the National Congress. We will definitely keep a watch here in ICC and also at the registration venue, and we'll bring you news as they happen. Back to you in studio, Natasha.
Busi, thank you so much for that. Our Busi Jemsana live from the ANC's PEC in the Eastern Cape. We'll take a short break.